Should you notify your employer of your pregnancy sooner than later? The answer is yes. There is absolutely no downside in letting your employer know that you got pregnant as soon as you find out. They are going to know about your pregnancy sooner than later anyway, and within a few months at most, when your pregnancy becomes obvious to them. So there is no point in delaying and not telling them about it. On the other hand, there can be a potential problem and downside in not telling your employer about your pregnancy as early as you can, if your employer decides to terminate you because of your pregnancy before you officially inform them that you got pregnant. And let me illustrate this point to you through this common scenario. Let's say your employer started suspecting that you got pregnant. You haven't told them yet, but they have some idea that you might have gotten pregnant. Maybe you started asking for a few hours off or a day off here and there because you're not feeling well or because of your morning sickness. Maybe they started noticing that your belly started growing a little bit, but they're still not 100% sure. They are sure, however, your employer is absolutely sure that they don't want to deal with your pregnancy, with your potential upcoming physical issues, or the fact that you will need leave for having a child, or potentially some kind of disability leave and so forth. So they really want to get rid of you. And they decide to terminate you for some fabricated reasons, such as fabricated policy violation or fabricated performance issue. You know that they fired you because of your pregnancy, but you will not be able to make a claim for pregnancy discrimination and wrongful termination if you cannot show that the employer knew that you were pregnant. That's the first step. An employer cannot be held liable for pregnancy discrimination if they didn't know about your pregnancy. And it is your burden in a case to prove that the employer knew. Simply coming out and saying, I know that they knew, is not enough. It's not necessarily easy to do when your pregnancy is obvious, because your manager might say, well, I didn't know. I thought maybe she gained some weight, or maybe I wasn't paying attention. So, if you want to protect yourself from potentially being discriminated because of your pregnancy and being wrongfully terminated, if you want to make sure that your potential pregnancy claim is stronger in the future, make sure that you put your employer on formal notice of your pregnancy as soon as you find out about it. There is absolutely no downside in doing that. Thank you.